Storm Team 29 forecast.
Well, after a chilly start, a nice cool day. Made it up to 72 at the airport. Right now, 65. Those morning lows were in the 40s. It was actually in the 30s at the Shenandoah Valley Airport early this morning. Made it up to 67, 62, the current reading, and a little bit breezy. And we've got 64 in Madison, 62 in Palmyra, 61 currently in Waynesboro. And we'll see these temperatures tonight back down into the 40s. We'll have partly cloudy skies. Clouds thicken up on Thursday, but a dry day. Temperatures pretty much between 65 and 70. And then on Friday and Saturday, yeah, we've got the rain, remnants from the tropical system of Ian, and those temperatures continue to backtrack as we're going to remain on the cool side of things with northeasterly winds in association with a large area of high pressure anchored to our north. Now, looking at rainfall potential, these are just models depiction of how they're seeing things play out. This is the American GFS model, and this is showing basically anywhere from 1.5 to 2.5 inches. I think it'll be a bit more. The European model, a little bit better in projecting some of what's expected. I think maybe 2 to 4, but there could be localized amounts that maybe exceed that. But again, we've got the mountains, as you know. We've got northeasterly winds, and we'll have southeast winds from the system to our south, Ian, and that easterly component wrings out additional moisture or enhances it, especially along the eastern facing slopes of the Appalachians, of the Blue Ridge. So here we go with what's happening. We have a disturbance that's to our north and east, and high pressure is just behind that, but that's going to build to our north and funnel in northeasterly winds in coming days. And then we have a front that's offshore, and then below that, there's Ian, and that came ashore just south of Port Charlotte, Florida, earlier this afternoon, shortly after 3 o'clock. And now you can see the center of the eye, which is just to the east of Port Charlotte. Now, within the 6 o'clock advisory, winds now at 130 miles an hour. Venice Beach just reported sustained winds at 77 miles an hour and a gust of 104. That's at Venice Beach just south of Sarasota. So you're still talking about a horrible storm surge. You're talking about the wind, which is destructive. And then you're talking about the ongoing flooding and the tornado threat. So it came ashore as a high-end Cat 4. Now it's at 130 miles an hour. While it will weaken, certainly, and this is all based on wind. Saffir-Simpson scale is just wind. It doesn't have the other hazards. But again, here it goes, traversing the Florida Peninsula and then re-emerging tomorrow afternoon, maybe off the Space Coast or just near there, and then making another landfall somewhere maybe between Savannah, Hilton Head, between the Georgia-South Carolina border, and then coming ashore and then weakening. Before it gets to these approximate locations, the rain in association with Ian will be spreading northbound. And right now there are tropical storm warnings just north and east of Wilmington, North Carolina, up to Surf City. So here we go in the morning. We'll start in the 40s. Clouds win out. Temperatures in the afternoon, 65 to around 70. Friday morning should start dry. Temperatures either side of 50, but then we'll watch that rain expand from southeast to northwest, and that takes us to the afternoon. That takes us into Friday night. That takes us also into Saturday. And yeah, this system is going to be slow to exit, although it will become more showery as we get into early next week. But there's our long duration, cool and wet period. 45 to around 50 tonight, partly cloudy and chilly. There's a look at the Michael and Son 7-day forecast. Ian's remnants Friday this weekend and into early next week, and temperatures will remain certainly on the cool side. We'll continue to keep you updated.
All right. Thank you so much, Eric.